Good morning, everybody. Today I am, well, let's start with what I did yesterday. Got the swing arm built for this bike. Now I'm just doing some mock-up here just to see what things are going to look like. Nothing's really mocked up. It's just laying here, so you can see that's about where the swing arm is going to mount. I just kind of wanted to see what it was going to look like, and it looks pretty cool. So today, since we're doing swing arms, I want to go ahead and finish my swing arm. I got the axle flanges cut off the old one right here. Here's the old swing arm. I destroyed it. So we got the axle flanges cut off. I might just cut that shock mount off and use it. I'm not sure. Or I might make a new one. So we got our carrier bearing in here. We got our axle flanges on here, and now we're going to cut these and make them fit in here, just like we did with the other one. And yeah, I want to get this nailed and then set this off to the side, and then we can work on our front forks, which this is our fixture for the front forks. So we got to verify, because that's set up for the front forks on my bike. We got to verify that the measurements are good for the other bike. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this swing arm out. Probably gonna take me a couple hours. So we'll check in with you guys when we're done with that. All right, I just wanted to show you guys something. You know, this is an evolving fixture that I'm making. So yesterday, I kind of just winged it with this whole setup. And then today, I'm actually making it part of the fixture. It was very hard to weld. You couldn't really get to these joints here when it was in the frame. And also, this piece is pretty much impossible to get in there when it's together. So now we have our supporting bracket. We have our shock mount all together. We have these two little posts that it sits on while you're setting it up. Slide this guy in there. Bam. Now obviously it's got to be fiddled with a little bit, but it's pretty good. So next step, I need to put this axle hanger back in here, and this thing is actually ready to get welded up, which is huge. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get this thing back together. Okay, so besides getting a longer axle bolt, this swing arm is 100% done. I just welded these on here for the adjusters. Changed up the adjuster setup that I had on there before, didn't like it, so, and then we welded that bracket on for the brake caliper. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I gotta get a longer bolt tomorrow. My local hardware store doesn't have anything, since this swing arm is just a little bit wider than the previous one to accommodate the rear wheel and everything from the Mega Moto. So Mega Moto, the factory rear axle works. So we're kind of at a standstill on this because I want to get the front end together. So that's what we're working on now. I'm going to show you what we got going. Let's see. So put the front end together. Well, I put the wheel and the axles together, and I needed a longer axle bolt for that too. But anyway, I put that all together and I measured, and we had to make some adjustments to the triple trees. They needed to be just a little bit wider than they were. So we took all these off, ground them down. And here are the triple trees as you get them with the Mega Moto kit. We are not going to use this tube here or these clamps here because we already made the clamps to hold our bigger fork tubes when we made them for the other bike. So, but we are going to use these bar clamps. We're going to use this center stem section, the bump stops, the fender mount, all that stuff. So, but we're going to cut these up and make them work for this application. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what we got going on. I got this new plate cut out. I use these nuts as my spacers. Just something I had laying around. So that goes like that. Make sure these are lined up. We'll burn it in. That right there is the top triple tree. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get those holes drilled so that way I can say I'm done with this little project here. Alright, there it is. Top triple tree done. Now we gotta figure out how we're gonna do the bottom. So I think what we need to do first is I'm just going to take and I'm going to chop these off of here because we're not using them. I'm going to try and reuse part of this bottom plate because it's just going to be a huge pain to remake the whole thing and then have to cut this guy out and re-weld it into a new plate. I'd rather just cannibalize what's here and make it work. So. Okay, today I think I'm going to start with putting the forks together on my buddy Brian's mini bike, the Mega Moto 212. So let's go ahead and get this front end assembled. And the only thing left that we have to do, I think, is going to be mounting the brake. Let's do that. Alright, so we got the front brake, or the front forks together. Everything looks good. It's sitting kind of angled high because this is sitting way higher than it needs to be. But I got my other bike over here on this makeshift stand that I got. So anyway, it's looking good. What I'm working on now is I modified this brake caliper bracket, and we are going to go ahead and install it onto this front end. These Mega Motos, they have a pretty dang small front disc, so that kind of made things a little bit more difficult. My bike, I used a pretty big disc from a scooter, but we're trying to just make what we got work here on this one. Trying not to modify everything, but I guess everything has got to be modified to some degree. What the heck? Oh, there we go. Piston came out a little bit. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Perfect fit. I gotta find my other bolt here. Okay. There we go. Front brake. Positioned pretty damn good on there, I'd say. Okay, so that's the front end done. Dunzo. Except for there's a fender that needs to go on and a headlight. Well, some modification required to make this work, I'd say, but that's gonna be sweet. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. I'm about to swap over to working on my other bike again. So you'll see that in the next video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.